Hello everybody. Welcome. How are we doing today? Welcome. Is the Spire slain yet? Small problem with that. Small problem about the Spire being slain is that every time we do it, it comes back. And I don't know what to do about that. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, so I was actually thinking, I was sort of between two minds on whether I was going to post this yet or not. And what I landed on was I wanted to play it a bit more because I'm going to be honest, I haven't been able to play it as much. And the thing is, when I do play it, like, usually I'll end up needing to, like, fix something or whatever. So I wanted today to be like, I can play it for a few hours and we can discuss. Other people want to play, then they can tell me their thoughts. I feel like I need to take a drafting class from Poi because, like, I'm just I'm just so garbage at this game. I feel like I make a deck that I'm like, yo, this deck is so good, and then I just, like, won't do enough damage. And I fucking die. I'm like, what? But I had damage! Damage! I had it! Oh, man. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. So we're playing Flagbearer. Clash is the type of person to pick Clash. Apparently, you can pick Clash. Apparently, if you pick, like, 4 Clashes, it's actually, like, not bad. But you do need to pick 4 of them. Which is really interesting. So, I made all these cards. I cut a few of the rares that I felt like weren't very good. There is also... This is very important. This is very important. You have a 30 to 40% win rate, not hard on A20. I have a 0% win rate on Ascension 18. Oh, are we lagging? Encoding is overloaded. No! Oh, man. How do we fix this? How do we fix this? Because you might notice that I am also live streaming on Vertical. I don't know if anyone has checked that out. Welcome to all the people who are tuned in on Vertical. And the thing is, there's a feature to, like, make it live stream to Vertical automatically, but it's terrible. It's cheeks. It's ass. So, we're not doing that. How do I fix this? The Vertical isn't lagging? Okay. Is this one lagging? Is it? Is the horizontal lagging? Sorry, we're gonna have to figure some stuff out. Oh yeah, Signal for 8 is, it's lagging a lot on horizontal. Okay, so I need to figure out why it is lagging. So it's saying encoding is overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. How do I do that? Okay, I'm dropping frames. Well, clearly you guys should just all watch it on Vertical. Why? Okay. Encoding overloaded. How do I fix this? So the thing is, consider turning down video settings. So how would I do that? Open Task Manager. Yeah, wow, that's so funny. Yeah, OBS is, like, freaking out. It's like, yo, we have so much to render. Whoa. That's crazy. It's actually using, it says it's using 98% of my GPU. That's so funny. Wait, why is it using 98%? I mean, it's just 2 video streams. What's the problem? Alright, I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I also don't know why it's lagging. So, Right, you guys will all need to, I apologize. You'll need to forgive me. I'm wondering if I turn down, okay, this is poor. And this is healthy. So I wonder if it's, now it's set to 8.1. Can I change these while I'm live? Okay. Well, let's try cutting the Twitch stream first. Maybe that'll do something. Okay, it doesn't want to turn off for some reason. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Start with that, because that might do something. It now says 1600. That's a lot. Why is it 1600? Okay, are we good now? It says OBS is at 75% GPU usage now. Now it looks good? Now it's working? Really? I fixed it? So what I might need to do... Yeah, what I might need to do... So this is what I think it is that, like, if I have to render my stream 3 times, basically, so to YouTube, to vertical, to Twitch, then it's too much. And previously, I was just doing it to YouTube and Twitch, but I think, yeah, I think maybe it's... I might need to turn down the bit rate on, like, what I'm streaming at, because I have it set to, like, whatever the equivalent of around 8K kilobytes per second is in bitrate. Because I don't think that's what it's supposed to be set to. But it's like, I think I can turn it down to like 5K or something like that. And then if I have all 3 of them set to 5K, then maybe the load won't be as high. But for now, we're testing out vertical. I wanted to try it out. I heard it's pretty good. I heard it's pretty good for discoverability. It's pretty good. And we're trying to be a big boy. The patch note said rip time was removed. Oh, sorry. I meant tear reality. I wrote the wrong one. I cut rares. I cut tear reality and Aegis Bash. So I should probably fix those. You might notice at the top where I was like, I changed a bunch of shit. I don't know what it is. No, Riptime's a great card. Riptime stays for sure. Riptime is a completely acceptable card. But yeah, Signal for Aid is... So here's the problem, is that I haven't gotten this card. So I want to know if it's good. This card is supposed to be an overlap between... Welcome, Mary. Welcome on the shorts chat. Welcome. Feel free to say hi. I have, you know, I have it as a smaller chat box underneath the horizontal one, but yes, welcome everybody. I just expected the notes that were there to be correct, at least. Yeah, okay. I totally, 100%. But yeah. Oh, there is one thing that isn't on the current build that's uploaded, just for the record. Reinforced Banner has Enhanced Auramite, Pulse, and Aegis. I'm trying to find a place for a reinforced banner. Currently, it's like maintain leyline, but it upgrades the block instead of the extend part. And I don't know if that's good or not, but it's there. Goodbye. Oh no! Don't leave. See you later, Unicorn, if you're taking off. Why is Commands Forge isn't a strict upgrade? What do you mean? Command? It does 10 damage instead of 8. It is an upgrade. Thank you for the headpad. Appreciate that. This is an upgrade, no? It's plus 2 damage. Now you're on this side. Oh no! People keep swapping back and forth. Won't know. It's worse if you have -3 strength. Yeah. Would it be... So here's the thing, is that, like... I was considering having this card be 4 times 2, and then 5 times 2. Is that, like... Would that be better? If it just had ×2 hit on the first one? Yeah, it's definitely better because of the entire rest of the character. But... Like, I'm just wondering if this throws people off. Like, I thought it was interesting. So here's the thing. I want to have plant cards in the common slot, because I feel like it's important to have them, but maybe it's not? I don't know. Because, 3 times 2 unupgraded. Yeah, I based this shape. So I learned this term. They're called like card shapes. And I took this concept from Exceed. So there's like a balance between how far an attack can go. Exceed is a fighting game card game. So there's a balance between how far an attack can go and how fast it is. So generally fireballs are range 3 to 6. That's the base shape for a fireball, and they're speed 4, which means that they're dead center in the speed curve. They lose to dive on the defensive and like a bunch of stuff. So I've stolen that term, and this shape is kind of like Wrath Plus, or whatever it's called, Eruption Plus, where it's like 1 does the stance thing and then does like 8 damage. I think it's 9. It might be 9. Speed 12 fireball 1. So they do have fast fireballs, and then they have super fast fireballs. There was actually like a 2-hour discussion of like some top players who were talking about this. I really like Exceed, by the way. It's very fun. My friend and I still play it, and I went 1 year undefeated in our tournament scene, and now I just like lose every game, so I'm washed. But yeah, so point is that I'm like, okay, I feel like this could be like Eruption, but the problem is like, I don't know. This card is very similar to Flag Throw, except like this is only better if you have strength. And I'm like, is that okay? You're washed. Unfortunate, I was enjoying the musk. What the fuck? You should have smelled me like halfway through last week when I was still very sick. Then I wasn't washed. Yeah, so I don't know. It felt like Flag Throw needed to do damage. So I made a lot of the cards do more damage. But now Banner Dance is just like 1 more damage and AoE than Flag Throw. So it's like, some of the numbers still aren't quite there yet, I think. I think certain cards being better with bonuses is fine. It's like, I feel like Command's upgrade is actually really, really good. Because this is like plus +2 to 3 strength scaling, depending on if you're in Oromite or Enhanced Oromite. But Flag Throw is, like, not that. It just upgrades to 11. It's not as insane as Old Command's upgrade. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I was like, don't say Old Command is a design mistake. Don't say Old Command is a design mistake. Because it's not. Realistically, I think that card was, like, very strong and not balanced, but it, like, facilitated the gameplay of the character. So the problem with me making this one is I'm actually trying to make a balanced mod. The problem with making Flagbearer 2 is that I wanted it to be, like, fun and not broken. Fate reference spotted. Yeah, that's crazy. It's a good one. Excalibur's a good one. So the thing that I was saying was we have one space for an uncommon card. And I'm going to be honest with you, I literally don't know what to add. This was the most recent card that I added, which is, it is an AoE card. It's not, like, really supposed to be an AoE card. It's just, like, a shape that I wanted to use. Kind of. And also the art for this, which I haven't done yet. This is another reason why I didn't upload it. But something that I wanted to do on this was, it's like a war horn. Because TTRPG Flaris had a war horn. She had a little doot. A little doot. Add a card that makes the player shit themselves IRL. Okay, so we're gonna actually play the game now. We're gonna actually play the game. But yeah, Vert, I think, is our resident, actually very good at Slay the Spire player. So if Vert has feedback, I would love to hear it. But I've been playing Ascension 18 and literally just losing. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Let's give her a shot. Dewey double removal. Sure. Wait. We have a bonfire before this left elite. We have a flaming elite with a bonfire after it. 3 to 4 encounters, 2 events. Probably because Signal for Aid is a new card, so I should add that. There is also a form, Vert. It should be on the post that has the link to the download for this mod. So if you want to give feedback, you can put it in the form. Like, note that some of these things are bugs. Like, that's why it's literally not posted on the workshop, because I wanted to polish it a bit more before yeah. Because I remember when I released Flagbearer 1, I spent the first month just, like, fixing shit. So instead of releasing it and then fixing all the shit, I'm doing it now and then fixing it. So... yeah, I don't really know how to fix Retrace to make it upgradable. Because it's like... yeah, I've thought the same thing, Poi, where it's like, Retrace is really good. And I want to have, like, an upgrade for this card. But the thing is, if you give it +3 block, it's insane. I was thinking of making the Retrace... welcome, Cavalier. So there is a shorts stream now. There's both a horizontal and a vertical version of my stream. Welcome to all the people on the vertical, by the way. Welcome, everybody. Does fading wording bad go to feedback or bug report? That'd be feedback. I mean, how would you improve the fading thing? I'm curious now. I'm gonna go find the other one. I do not like this vertical one. Wait, what do you mean? I think the vertical's fine. I guess you're saying you don't like it, which is fine. Yeah, so I was thinking of making retrace gain 1 block and then it upgrades to gain 4. And I'm like, is it fine for it to gain 1 block? Like, is that is it okay for a card to say gain 1 block? Is that a problem? I just don't understand as a blank player what does activates its fading effect mean. That's fine. As a Magic player, I very much do. I think that's okay. Holy forehead on vertical? What? What do you mean? What do you mean by holy forehead on vertical? Why not make the upgrade give energy like in Flagbearer 1? Because I think it not giving energy was bad. Like, this is sort of how the character was balanced before, or like the design intent, was that command was supposed to be Wrath adjacent, right? But going from Calm into Wrath was supposed to, like, you were supposed to store energy to generate energy on the turn that you're attacking and whatever, right? So with the same principle, Retrace is supposed to make you have more energy on a later turn. So when you command and you set up Enhanced Auramite, you're supposed to retrace on the turn before so that you have 4 energy going into your Enhanced Auramite turn and an additional card. So it's like, that's just supposed to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just supposed to work like that. It obviously looks jank when not in battle, but having an energy, or having the energy counter moved on the vertical stream is a nice touch. Thank you. I did go out of my way to do that. Yeah, I don't know if I was clear about it, by the way, but the auto-generated vertical stream for, like, the YouTube tab that does that is, like, really bad. And I wanted to stream to vertical, it's just that I wanted to set it up myself. So, hopefully that is, nice for people. But yeah, so... Oh, you said something about, let me scroll up. You said something about Eruption. It's a bit like an upgrade Eruption. You need to upgrade it, then it's a cornerstone for the character, and that's fine. Yeah, and then upgrade for Retrace. It's like kind of, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the problem with Slay the Spire is that it doesn't show very well on vertical, I think. So, like, in order to have... Like, you just barely have the entire hand on screen when you have 10 cards in hand, so I don't know. Okay. Well, we don't need any of these yet. I don't know if we take Cantrip. I think we pass. Because if we run into Knob and then need to play Cantrip, we die. I'm just getting like 7 billion block cards. I'm just getting 7,322,000,000 block cards. I will take the Synchronize, and we're gonna go to more encounters because I need cards, bro. I would have taken Cantrip, but it's good to have a healthy respect for Knob. Yeah, if there's anything that I do on my daily basis, it's I respect my Knob. That's me every day of my life. I guess I could have defended there. Instead of retracing. I think Recall Present is our damage. Seems good. Maybe I wanted to take the Flex Potion to not die. Let's remove a defend. What would you say is the week's original character in Slay the Spire? What, like the weakest character of the base cast in Slay the Spire? Sorry, can you confirm if that's the question you're asking? I just want to know. Rip time. I think we want Rip time. We have a recall, not a recall crescent, synchronize. Which is good on buyback. Weakest. I think Defect is generally considered the weakest. And the reason it is considered the weakest is because you need a lot of things to go right. Whereas, like, other characters have a lot of individual card strength. Defect is a lot about, like if you play a Glacier and then have a focus modifier, it's really good. Glacier is also really good on its own, but Glacier is even better if you play it twice, which means it's better with hologram. Like, you just... It feels like you need to juggle more balls, like, literally, because it has orbs, but... Yeah, I think Defect also has, like, the worst 820 win rate or something like that. But that doesn't mean, like, the character is bad. I think the interesting thing about balancing, like, multiple characters against each other is the fact that, like, you... I maybe could have, like, picked up Retrace and then had Recall Present for the next turn. I don't know. Does this kill you? 1 HP! I'm tilted. Alright. Is that they're different characters. They're just, they play differently, you have fun doing different things. It's not like a, you know... I couldn't beat the game with Defect, I thought I was just trash. No, Defect is kind of hard. Defect is kind of hard. Insane Elite rewards. Yeah, we got Meat on the Bone, Bottle Downs. Got some good shit. I kind of want to take Sacred Ground. We don't have an Inspiration modifier yet, though. I'm gonna try it. What an amazing mod, I can tell you took so much inspiration from Kamen Rider. You know what's really funny is I opened the Kamen Rider Decade source code and I was like, you know, I wanted to see what they were doing for a couple of things, like how did they make the floating UI element and stuff like that. And I just... I am not a coder. I'm really... I love being reminded that I just am not... I'm not a coder. Every time. They were doing some goofy shit. Some goofy So we're doing 6, I think. Which means I do need to attack this. We go command. Why do you only have 2 potion slots? Because I am on Ascension 18. So you lose potion slots on... I don't remember which Ascension, actually. Do I take Echoing Pulse? I don't think we need it. I'm looking for, like, a strength modifier. Okay. There's our strength modifier. I don't know if we, hopefully... Do we need, like, another upfront block card? This is, like, half an upfront block card and other half... Oh, hopeful please down to 6 from 7. I didn't notice that. It's down to 6 from 7. No, we had 1 inspiration poi from Oromite. Pulse is 3 and then down to 2/2. It scales with modifiers. Do we take haste? Don't think so. I think we're juggling enough balls. I think I'll take Hopeful Plea because it's a good block card. So I think we have a good, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a deck that's doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we're... Right? Like, we have, like, Riptime, Buyback, Synchronize. We have, like, Buyback, Recall Crescent on Enhanced Oromite turn. We have, like, Buyback, Sacred Ground to have, like, Pulse, Enhanced Pulse. I want to upgrade, like, Inspiration and Riptime. I'm surprised that Drain Time isn't changed. What do you mean? Drain Time is changed. Drain Time is 2 cost. It's a 2 cost attack. Yeah, I don't know what we need to add from here. Is my problem. Because I feel like we need answers for Act 2, and I don't really know what I need to add to do that. It's still Leech Attack? Oh, Drain Time also doesn't, it doesn't lose health anymore. Insane choice of upgrade? I think Riptime is really good. And I want to be using it. What would you have upgraded? And like I don't mind sustain. Right, like it is a healing card. And Flagbearer 1 Drain Time is definitely very good. Yeah, and I think it's like okay for it to be good because it's a rare. But also it costs 2. Like, I'm saying that a valid winning strategy is like... How would I say this? A valid winning strategy on this character is to get like a bunch of inspiration and then like Drain Time and not die. Because like my experience trying to do that is like I just end up dying. I meant to say Riptime. I was agreeing with your upgrade. I'm confused. Because it sounded like there was a lot of... Here, do I... Is it because I don't have it on live chat? Am I missing something? So are we talking about Drain Time or Riptime? Man, all these cards that say time. Take a shot every time a Flagbearer card says time on it. Also, I think upgrading Inspiration is probably fine. I was going to upgrade Inspiration at the boss. Drain Time. I can see that this is your character, you freak. I want Flaris to... When Flaris, when suck. Okay. So you asked a question. Wasn't able to watch. How are you feeling about the new Metroid? A lot of people were disappointed with it. I haven't played it that much. I'm only like 2 or so hours in. I think it feels like a Metroid Prime game, for the most part. Oh shit. Oh no. I don't think we need this momentum swipe. I kind of want the divination. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think Riptime upgrade is good. I don't know if we take Divine Wrath or not. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think I didn't think super hard about which one I wanted to upgrade first because I thought I was upgrading both of them. We're just gonna take this card. I don't even think we need it, but we're just gonna take it. The one thing I'm glad about, by the way, and I'm hoping that the mechanic isn't too broken. I am actually very happy that I was able to put Pulse back into the game somehow, because I did like it a lot. But trying to find a way for it to work with everything else, like I just wanted that to be the case. And it's like, well, you can literally do that. You can just make it scale off of inspiration. I think if old Pulse scaled off of strength and inspiration, it'd be broken. But, you know, that's not... It works differently now, so... Seems like what we're doing. Lost an Act 2 on my first run because I'm not that good at the game. No, what? What? I mean, so here's the other thing too, right? And also, again, why I, like, didn't post it yet is that, like, I don't know if the numbers are correct on this character. Because I do feel like I die a lot. So the question is, like, okay, are the numbers bad? Like... I was genuinely wondering if duration is supposed to be at base 4. I don't think so, but I thought about it. That makes sense. Yeah, like, I started at Ascension 15 as well. Well, that's actually not true. I did play on Ascension 0 when I was initially testing them on, but yeah. Scaling? Blocking? I think we can't play this Divine Wrath. I think we need to block. So next turn, we're, like, doing stuff. So next turn we're doing stuff. Don't have a way to put cards in my hand for next turn to do stuff. I guess if I Hopeful Plea gives me a block. Maybe just like 2 Recall Crescents was better though. This is okay. Yeah, so here we just, like, kind of didn't do enough damage. I wonder if maybe I should have, like, strength pushed. I'm gonna strength push it now, and then attempt to just play all these cards and win the game. This blocks, I think, but this kills it. Nice. I had to say, you're way higher on Divine Wrath than I am. I see it as +1 strength, but mostly worse, since I need Auramite to be active for it to even be that. I've not picked it much, nor been impressed with it when I do take it. Honestly, like, I don't always take this card, which is why I put it back to 3 instead of 2. Yeah, but I assume that this deck would have been able to do it because we were, like, our deck is fairly low, and we're already, like, we have access to Recycling Command very easily. I probably would take another plant card if I was offered it. Seraphim form, Pillars of Light, Time Walk. I'm thinking Time Walk, but maybe it's Seraphim form because we don't have any, like, long-term big defensive stuff. It also gives us the ability to take, like, a maintain ley line for the Sacred Ground. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know if Pillars eventually just becomes Fiendfire, where, like, we make it 7 instead of, like, 4 or whatever, but, like, I don't know. I'd take Time Walk since you're not guaranteed an Energy Relic. I think that makes sense. And, you know, like, guys, it's been 2 years, right? Like, it's been about 2 years since we played Flagbearer 1. I know it's been a while, but you know I'm taking the Seraphim form. Like, I gotta take it. I have to take it. And of course I didn't get I don't know. Healthy middle ground, make it 6. So I guess we have to draft energy now, unfortunately. Or, like, not unfortunately. You have meat, so Dripper is workable. I guess so. Yeah, we're not really suspending. And I don't think Pandora's Box is good because we have stuff. Let's try Coffee Dripper. I mean, my problem with Coffee Dripper is that I'm really bad at this game and I rest a lot. So okay, unfortunately we can't do the thing that I was advised to do, which is take shops closer to when I'm fighting an elite. Which I can't do. Yeah, I think drain time is big. Drain time is pretty big good, you know what I mean? Are you not supposed to rest a lot? It depends. Definitely depends. That is a lot of damage. And I really don't have a lot to say about it. I guess we could, like, stun one of them. because I pretty much rest every chance I get. We're still talking about Slay the Spire, right? Most of my successful Flagbearer 2 runs, I rest like 2 to 3 times and upgrade as much as I can. Yeah, I definitely think there are cards that you want to upgrade on this character, for sure. Do you? Is the quality bad? Isn't this a generic Slay the Spire strategy? To not rest as much? Upgrading is definitely less important than Flagbearer 1 and less free since the character isn't as busted. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Playing this. The darn bird just isn't dead. Just doesn't want to die. Banner swirl. Don't think we have anything that makes that good. Do we take anything here? I feel like we skip. Sorry, okay, I never actually explained it. The reason why you don't really rest that much on in Slay the Spire is that, like, your pathing, theoretically, if you don't need to rest, you could instead look at a card reward. And if you look at a card reward by doing an encounter, that means that your deck could become better. And even if you don't take anything, then you up the chance of getting a rare, which almost certainly will make your deck better. So, like, you generally want to do hallway fights. Events, it's kind of not clear that events improve your deck by that much. Like, I usually take events when I'm dying, and I don't, like I don't want to fight things because I'm dying. So yeah. It more or less is, resting should be what you do when you would die otherwise. If you can upgrade, then do it. Then again, I do sometimes upgrade when it kills me. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, you can always gamba. But, like, I don't like going into elite fights with less than half HP, because I'll just die. I also kind of realized that, like, part of the problem with Flagbearer in general is that, like, it functions similar to Defect, in the sense that, like, your first turnover is very focused on, like, getting things set up, which also means that you have a high tendency to just die. We want to take Barrier? Do we want to take Barrier? We have Hopeful Plea and Synchronize. Do we need another block card, maybe? We can take Barrier. We have 1 Inspiration. I actually don't want to take the Barrier. It's like, I want to take the Banner Swirl, but we have no card draw. So do I take it and then draft card draw? I don't know. Let's skip. Damn. why I both like and hate the Family Crest rework. It's more consistent and feels better. It also makes Flagbearer 2 even weaker during the part of the fight they're already weakest. Yeah, and I think that that's like... I think that that's intentional, right? Like, that was my thought, I guess. Where it's like, energy relics, I think, actually have pretty significant downsides. And I feel like Family Crest before didn't have, like in Flagbearer 1, didn't actually really have a downside. But now it does, and I think that that's, like, fine. I think we Formless Rapier. The character-specific energy relic should speak to the character's strengths and weaknesses, and it definitely speaks to one of those. Well, I guess my assumption was that, like, you could simply have enough card draw to mitigate against not drawing in the first 2 turns. It's not good for getting through your deck, but I assume that if you play, like, a Retrace, you're probably fine. Which maybe you're not. Trying to get some of that stuff Flar had when he was writing the tooltips. You don't have to be mean. Like, listen, if you have suggestions for the tooltips, please, like, include them. Like, if there are rewords that you think are appropriate, then, like... Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, me aside, I think the tooltips are good. So, like, if there are ways to rewrite them, please let me know. I kind of want to take this rewrite. Not drawing on the first 2 turns sounds like a pretty big handicap. I agree. Oh, God. Thing is, the first 2 turns is when playing card draw is the worst, since that's when you need to scramble to either set up or not die. I think that makes sense. So I had another thought for Family Crest, which was that on the first 2 turns, it applies 1-time sickness. And what that does is that your first draw will be 5, and then it'll be 4/4. Maybe that's better. I don't get what Enhance is supposed to mean. So Enhance says, if you already have this power with duration, replace the power with its enhanced version. So where is the ambiguity here? Because I know it doesn't show what the enhanced version is, and I was thinking about how that, like, is kind of a problem. But yeah, I'm curious to where the ambiguity is. If you already have this power with duration, like, that's maybe kind of awkward. It's like, if you have the power specified in the duration part of this card, like... Yeah. It's like, I would like to have a better wording for this. I just don't know how to do it. I don't think I got Enhanced Pulse. So, should Enhance be at the top? Or should it say on the card, if you already have Pulse, enhance it? Yeah, because like I think I get what Vert is saying. Is like if I play Echoing Pulse, I'm expecting it to enhance. Yeah, if it is applied first. So, yeah, the question is, so I think enhance had problems because because initially all the duration effects had like, if you already have pulse works too. Yeah, so enhance is like a keyword that is on Sacred Ground and or it's on a few cards. So here, give me a second. I'm gonna take this rewrite and go to the next fight or encounter. So enhance is on pulse and where else is it? It's also on Guardian Protocol. And it's on Counter Thrust, I think. So Counter Thrust would be the main one that I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Counter Thrust just doesn't have Enhance on it. Counter Thrust only ever gives you the first version of Aegis. And then I could make it Duration 3, and then it's different than Guardian Protocol. Seems kind of bad, though. So, like, I can't put, if you already have Aegis, then enhance the card. Like, that text is not going on this card. I would actually prefer that it doesn't. So, how do I keyword it so that it make sense? If I keyword it. Oh, it's also on Rally. Do we have any suggestions for this? Like, this is also enhance keyword. Keyword enhance. Enhance semicolon Aegis. Wait, why though? Does it enhance Aegis? Let it be before the duration line. I think putting it before the duration line is correct. Because people assume that things resolve from top to bottom. But if we're only putting this in keyword form, then how do we word the keyword so that it works? Because I cannot put the full text of enhance on every single card. Because I thought there was a reason why I didn't do that, and I think this is the reason why I'm not doing that. Or it's at least one of them. Because this one just enhances. It doesn't have duration on it. Hey Yumi, welcome, 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 over on the short side. Oh shit, 1 second. Oh, what's up? I don't know, maybe I'll have to think of a way to rewrite enhance. I sent the feedback form. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I mentioned that there was a feedback form, part of the reason why I said that was like, if you're gonna play it more, or if you have a very, very long set of feedback, then you can like send it there. But if we're dynamically talking about, you know, how would I change this, then like yeah. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. How's the quality on the shorts stream? Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, like I've seen a number of shorts that take like this format, which is like they basically take the horizontal version of the the gameplay and then like shrink it to the size that works on the screen, and then it you know, they kind of like fill the background, and then the webcam is the size that it is. So yeah, this is the first time that I'm live specifically on the Shorts feed, like with something that I've made, because I didn't like the way that they auto generated the Shorts thing, like, because it doesn't make sense. Like if you put that on Shorts feed, like if you put Slay the Spire on the Shorts feed and you just like crop it in the middle, it's like it doesn't work. So all right, well, if it's at least somewhat viewable and readable, then that's good. Thank you. Right, we can't rest, I forgot. What were we upgrading? Seraphim form? Question mark? I guess maybe I could like read the feedback form that you just sent. Okay. Make the templating of enhance X. Tooltip will say change aura mentioned after enhance into a better form. Also put enhance line before duration. To enhance colon like Aegis. So yeah, is there like confusion around like enhance might mean enhance all of your things with the particular whatever? I guess, yeah, reinforced banner has like the correct templating. So if it was enhance semicolon, I think that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So it's like enhance pulse at the top, gain 2 block. But normally block and damage are like the very first line in any card though, right? So should it be like block, then enhance, then colon, then the thing? I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I can try that for sure. And maybe counter thrust doesn't have enhance on it. I don't know. It just has duration 3. Can never get the enhanced version off of counter thrust. Makes buying it back worse. It's like probably fine. Okay, let's upgrade Seraphim form. I don't like the thought of adding 2 or 3 cards to my deck. At the same time, sustain very good. Sustain very good. I think we're gonna take it. It's cosmetics and I don't really care. I will read the rest of your message, but I actually think there are people who are very particular about the ordering of text on cards. In the same way that you are very particular about tooltips. Like, if you don't put exhaust at the bottom of a card, it's, like, wrong. And I like, kind of agree with that, honestly. Because if you... It's like putting the mana symbol in, like, the bottom right corner of a Magic card. Like, you just don't do that. Exhaust is always the last line of a card. Retain is always the top line of a card. And I try to be very, like, specific with those. Like, I try to be very precise with those. But what feels important to me is to have enhance before the duration. Like in Flagbearer, some cards had pulse before plan. Yeah. No. I totally agree with you. I actually think your suggestion is really good, which is why I'm appreciative of the fact that we sorted it out. Like, this is the thing, right? And I think I've talked about this before, probably, but like, I genuinely, I don't know if this kind of conversation has ever happened to you before, right? The thing about design is that it is, like, very specific, and, like, you need to ask questions that, like, have answers to them, right? So when I say something like, okay, what are we changing it to? Because I see that the problem is that there's ambiguity with the keyword. So I'm like, where is the ambiguity? What is the ambiguity? What is ambiguous about it? How do we change it? Like, I don't know if you understand that these questions need answers to them, because if they don't, this conversation doesn't matter. Like, that's the hyperbolic way to put this. Obviously, I don't think of it that way. But, like, the reality is that it's like, you know, just talking about the problem and, like, you know, meandering toward a solution is, like, valid. And it's very frequently, like, what you'll do. You know what I mean? But sometimes, I don't know if you've asked someone a question before, and they basically, like, give you, like, they give you a non-answer. And then, like, the conversation doesn't progress because they didn't answer the question. So, like, you know, I agreed that there was a problem, and I wanted to find the solution, and I think that what we ended up on is, like, a good idea, and I want to try it. But, like, in order to get to those, I need to ask a lot of questions about, like, what the problem is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was a little too, like, hyperbolic. Hyperbolic? Do I say it like hyperbolic? Like hyperbolic time chamber? I said it in too much of a hyperbole because, like, the reality is that, like, you do need to discuss problems, and also I think the premise that rushing to a solution isn't really, like, the call either. It's just that, like, you know, I hope it's clear that when I start asking a lot of questions like that, it's because, like, I actually want to find a solution and not be like, well, it's bad. And it's like, well, why is it bad? It's like, because it's bad. It's like, I don't... Okay. Well, that really helped me a lot, boy. I'm glad you typed that in chat. Because now I know how to pronounce hyperbolic. Thanks. Yeah, so... You know... Just wanted to be real about that. Yeah, and having, like... what are they called? You did a thing that I think is really good, which is having a precedent for a particular thing. So, to you, it is understandable when I put something like Pulse at the top of a card and Plant at the bottom of a card. Because once you understand the mechanics of the character, you understand why Pulse doesn't trigger at the start of that card. Right? Like, you get it, because you're like, oh, Pulse only happens if I'm planted, and I'm not planted yet, because Pulse is before Plant. And it's like, that makes a lot of sense. If I, you know, using the same logic, that would mean that Enhance always works. And it's like, it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I think that that's a good call. Yeah, I wonder if, like, because duration is after, so it's like duration 3 pulse. So it's like, if you enhance it, end of turn deal... I guess it, like, kind of makes sense. I'm just wondering if it's like, okay, so if I go, like, block 2, enhance pulse, it's like, okay, well, I get enhance pulse, and then I replace enhance pulse with duration 3 pulse. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's very confusing what happens when a card has fading X and no effect afterwards. Yeah, because... So those are for Chaser and Prayers Answered, I'm guessing? Yeah, I was wondering about that too, because, like, they don't have an effect. But it's just that they'll eventually exhaust. So... Should I say on fading, if it has an effect listed, activate its effect? Yeah? I think that makes sense. I kind of want this borrow time. Because we need energy. Make them ethereal? I don't want them to be ethereal, though. Because I want them to retain for at least one turn. The point is that they're supposed to retain for at least one turn. Every card doesn't need to have fading. Well, every card that has fading... Every card has at least fading 2. Yeah. There's one card that cares about retain. And also, so the reason actually that they have... the reason why things like Chaser have Fading 2 is so that you can play them on the turn before Enhanced Aura Light. So it's like if they had Ethereal... this is the problem. If they had Ethereal... Okay. If they had Ethereal, then you wouldn't be able to retain them into the turn where they're useful. If they don't have Fading, then people can fill their hand with, like, 10 Chasers and then never discard them. And, like, the thing... This is sort of a problem that I found with Chaos Zero. Like, the retain cards in Chaos Zero, which is, like, the part of how I saw this character... what's it called? Definitely part of this character's inspiration is from, like, Orlia, because I thought a lot of the effects were cool. But not, like, very applicable to Chaos Zero because the game is so fast. Is, you just leave retain cards in your hand. So it's like, people just, like, leave 70 Barrel or Orlia retain tokens, like, in their hand for 7 billion turns. Which isn't as good in Chaos Zero because of, like, how fast the game is. But in Slay the Spire, I think floating, like, 5 Chaser tokens is kind of reasonable. And I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want people to have prayers answered in their hand for, like, 7 turns. Why is it enhanced for 1 turn only? For Auramite? Enhanced Auramite? Yeah, that one functions a little differently. Because I just wanted, like, 1 turn of here's like a big thing you can do for 1 turn. And then, like, it resets. That's, like, how I wanted the character to play. 7 turns is the most a fight has to take. Is it? I definitely recall going to, like, 7 billion turns on Flagbearer 1. But that's probably because the character was poorly designed. Do we take Divination? I don't know. I think I'll pass. Hello, Book of Stabbing. I am ready to die. Yeah, I guess also the fading on Chaser and Prayers Answered has synergy with 1 power. So that do be the case. It should mention somewhere. 1 turn enhanced Auramite, most likely on Auramite tooltip itself. Yeah, it's like when you enhance it. Well, see, here's the thing, right? Is that like the reason why the duration resets on this card, like Sacred Ground, right? Is that like enhancing a power does not reset its duration. Duration resets the duration. So like I'm trying to understand, right? I guess that would mean that this should be duration 3 and then it gives you 1 enhanced Auramite, right? It becomes enhanced as opposed to, yeah, that's interesting. So I guess all the things should be should all be duration 3, and then you get 1 enhanced Oromite. That kind of makes sense, but it, like... I guess it kind of just makes sense. Like, it doesn't, yeah. Enhanced Oromite works differently. Yes. It becomes enhanced. Oh, because, like, you can't extend it to, like, 4, and then when you... Yeah, okay. This makes sense. Yeah, if I play the rare card to extend 2, will I get 2 enhanced Oromite? Well, you won't, because enhanced Oromite says that you can't gain Oromite. But... I've actually wondered about this, is not being able to extend enhanced Oromite, like... Does that even make sense? You know what I mean? Like, would it be fine if you could just extend enhanced Oromite? Because, like, here's the thing. Enhanced Oromite was the first... Like, this is the development story. Is that Enhanced Oromite was the first one that got the keyword enhanced. Because I was like, okay, I want to have 2 turns of setup, 1 turn of burst, then 2 turns of setup, then 1 turn of burst. So that's like the character's cycle, right? And then later, I was like, oh, I can have duration effects. Like, I can have other duration effects. And then I was like, well, if you play a duration effect the second time, it doesn't feel very good. So what if the other duration effects had enhance? And then you enhance things by playing things twice. So this is like the first one. And then this was the second one that happened. So that's why this one works differently. And I like how it works. But also, it's like, I'm wondering if it should make sense with the other ones. Like, you can extend it. It enhances in the same way that the other ones do. So if you go like Oromite, extend, and then whatever, you know. Yeah. It would somewhat remove the whole issue of not being always planted. There will definitely be a lot of decks where you can't upkeep it indefinitely, but often you would be able to. Yeah, see, that was part of my problem, is that, like, I didn't want, if I made all the cards duration 3, and then it enhanced itself, which means that you would tick down to 1, and then I would replace the 1 with 1 enhanced Oromite. Or you could extend it to be like duration 4, right? Duration 4. It ticks down to 2, and then it gets replaced by like 2 enhanced Oromite. Then maybe it still has the text that you can't do it. I don't know. Like, I don't want people to be able to infinitely upkeep enhanced Oromite. Though, it does say duration on it. So if you, like, apply Oromite and then you... Like, if you have the enhanced version, then you gain duration. Theoretically, your 1 duration should go to 3. With the other rules. Unless it says you can't gain Oromite on it. So I don't know. I wonder if maybe, like, having higher duration going into the enhanced one makes sense to have that be the case, but you still can't gain Oromite. Why does the Pulse tooltip say the amount of damage and Aegis doesn't? Does it? 3 damage. Oh, I guess it was because, like, I didn't... Pulse got added later. That's the short answer. The long answer is that because Aegis had a variable amount of block that it would give, Pulse also does. I didn't want to put the damage in, or the block in the tooltip itself. But now, because it used to be on the card, and then the card would dynamically change how much is on it. So I think that I should probably just put how much is in it. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know for this. It becomes enhanced. I'm not sure. Yeah, why isn't Seraphic Bolt a debuff? Because I think it would be too good at removing artifact. And theoretically, Seraphic... So you can think of Seraphic Bolt like a... Like, if you thought in a final implementation, what it would do is there's, like... It would put, like, a feather above the like the enemy. And then once it fills up 4 feathers, it, like, does a bolt on them. Like, it wouldn't even show up as a buff or debuff or whatever. It would show up as icons above the enemy's head. So, like, it's not even supposed to be on the axis of buff or debuff. But in order for it to work correctly, it gets applied as a buff. Unfortunately, I'm not good at making UI elements that appear over enemies' heads. And I'm not fucking doing UI code in Java. I'd rather die. Okay. Yeah. We don't get each other. For example, if I play the rare card with Extend 2, will I get 2 enhanced Oromite after? I didn't get it. I enhanced 2 turns I had left. Counts as Oromite as Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of stuff. Yeah, yeah, counts as Oromite was like... That probably doesn't have to be on there. Because, like, this counts as Pulse. You can't get Enhanced Pulse and regular Pulse. Right? You only ever get the enhanced version. So I wonder about that, too. Right, we were in the middle of a fight. Doing. Dying. But yeah, it sounds like that I want to have a better way of describing, like, duration and enhance and stuff. And also, like, how enhance is supposed to work with Oromite. It does seem weird that it doesn't function with, like, the extend stuff, which extend, again, was also added later. So, yeah, I think enhanced Oromite shouldn't be extendable, but you should be able to go into enhanced Oromite with more duration than 1, I think. Dredge. Am I dredging anything? Dredge is another way to pick up Synchronize. Or Formless Rapier. When do we stop taking card draw? Any opinions on that? I kind of want to take it. A few picks ago. Why does damage reduction only reduce attack damage? Oh, that's interesting. I guess damage reduction could reduce Thorn's damage as well. It probably should, right? I could probably add that. It would make it even better than it already is against the heart. Yeah, I guess maybe I could change damage reduction to reduces attack damage from enemies. Beat of Death just does no damage to you because you have upgraded Sanctuary. That seems really good. Yeah, maybe not, I guess. Let's upgrade. Maybe Command, maybe Sacred Ground. Also, wait a second. When do I stop taking card draw? A few picks ago. We picked one card draw card, Riptime. So I shouldn't have picked the rewrite either? That's wild. I thought you just said stop taking cards. Did I? Did I attack it this turn? I didn't. Take more cards. Damn, these bites are crazy. As in, when do we stop taking cards? And for that question, I stand by my answer. That's fair. I had way more bloated decks on average with Flagbearer 2 than Flagbearer 1. I think that that's a good thing. Because again, my problem with Flagbearer 1 was that it, as much as I tried to make it not Watcher, it just ended up being Watcher. Where, like, if you implement stances, people will find ways to have 10-card decks that are better than 30-card decks. But the thing about Slay the Spire that I've always thought was fascinating and very interesting. And Dredge, everyone's most beloved banned keyword. Yay! Yeah, and Dredge is slightly different now. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like Dredge anymore, but... yeah. The thing that I like watching whenever I watch Slay the Spire is, like, 40-card Ironclad decks that don't lose, and, like, 30-card Silent decks that play every single card in their deck. Every turn. It's like, we have a 30-card Silent deck that just, like, actually plays every card. And it's like, how does it play every card? It's like, Silent magic, that's how it works. And then Defect has 30 cards in their deck because 20 of them are powers. So, like, you'll have 10 cards eventually, but... but 20 of them are powers, so... Yeah, I do think that our deck size is higher because we took 5 bites, but... I do think we take the Momentum Swipe. I do think we take it. But that's definitely the last card. That's 100% definitely the last card, I swear. Totally. I can't time walk and play this Dredge. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. I appear to be taking 13 damage. What do I do about that? Probably put the scaling card in my hand that I've been meaning to play. Oh, shit, that makes it not work good. That's so unfortunate. Last turn of flight. Damn. Barely made it. Turn 12. Let's go. Let's go. All right. No more cards, right? We're not supposed to be taking cards. This isn't really a card, though. I don't know, man. You should have just done it in 7 turns. I don't know about that. Do we take Snecko Eye? Seraphim form causes 0 for 1. Cast Fate is like cantrip, it's not a real card. That's fair. Like we can take Snecko Eye. I guess it makes Borrow Time, potentially Borrow Time, Dredge, and Momentum Swipe bad. It's pretty bad. We skip. We don't take any of these. That's probably not right either. I'm gonna take the Sozu. If we get offered a Divination or a Preparation, I'm probably gonna take it. Yeah, do I need to... I need the key and... The 2 keys? I need the chest key and I need red. Need both of those things. It's like, I like this bonfire before this elite and the shop immediately after it. We can't rest. Bonfires don't matter for that. Do I have to upgrade anything? It's important to note. Upgrading Grasp Fate seems kind of good. I'm on board with that. Sure. We don't even need this to play most of the cards in my hand. What's up, cat? What's up? Resting is for chumps, apparently. Seem to be in quite a pickle. So this was my favorite energy relic. I'm kind of mid on it. I think it depends. I definitely don't like Sozu on Defect. Because Defect has so many problems with its first draw that, like, you kind of... Like, you just want to have all the help you can get on your first draw. And I think for the same reason I might feel awkward about it on Flagbearer. Time Fissure is good. Time Fissure is like a free draw, right? This is also like a free draw, so I can add it to my deck. I don't think we take it, but I have run into problems before of not having... We also don't need energy, just for the record, because we have one energy card and we have 2 energy relics. So we have a lot of energy. What we're actually looking for right now is, like, burst card draw. And we don't have it. So we're looking for preparation or divination. Either of those. Like, on this turn, if I could spend my energy on, like, another 2 cards that aren't Seraphim form, I think we'd be popping, but... But also, like, play Synchronize. We still take, like, full damage on the other ones. High Potion probably doesn't help us here. Man, Seraphim form buff is insane. That's crazy. Don't think we play that. Why does Temporal Guard exist? That's not a very good question. What do you mean by that? Temporal Guard is a great card. What? Or are you suggesting that it's too OP and it shouldn't exist? I'm not sure what the question is. Yo, I love Temporal Guard. That card's gas. Guardian Protocol. Okay, guys, this is gonna be the last card, I swear. Guys, I swear Guardian Protocol is gonna be the last card. It's not card draw. Equilibrium, but worse. I'm glad that you identified that. I'm actually really glad you identified that. It is Equilibrium, but worse. That's exactly correct. And there's no problem with that. It is Equilibrium, but it technically gives you more options on the turn that you play it, but it still gives you the function of being able to hide cards for next turn. Dude, I fucking love Temporal Guard. That's actually, like, one of my favorite newest cards. Deadass. Deadass, that is actually one of my favorite cards. And letting you see the top 3 cards is a lot of value. I agree. But yeah, sorry, I never confirmed your comment. Are you saying it because it's too broken or because it's, like, worse? Because you're saying it's equilibrium but worse. I think it's equilibrium but gas. Gonna get parasited. Oh no! Don't parasite me, Mr. Big Writhing Mass Man. Feels like it's bad. Would it be better if it was like draw 4 or something? Unfortunately, the upgrade isn't good anymore, so the card sucks. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. Yeah, is it? Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I have thought about this, though, of, like, I wonder... There's a lot of cards, like, the premise... One of the premises of Flagbearer's design is that I think that selecting the best card in your discard is better than drawing 5 cards. Or it's supposed to be. That being said, you still sometimes need to draw 5 cards, which is why preparation and divination exist. Sometimes you still need card quantity. But yeah, I got really excited about that and then made cards like Sidearm hides a card. Like Sidearm is basically retrace light, right? What else is there? Yeah, Temporal Guard, Rewind, and Reorganize are all top deck manipulation for the purposes of, like, I don't need this turn. And interestingly, I really like Reorganize over Rewind because there's, like, playing all of the cards out of your hand and then, like, not being able to hide anything, and then there's, like, drawing 2 extra cards at the start of your turn and being like, I'm not playing these defends these turn, and then doing something else. Which is, like, I really like those cards. Or I was really happy with them. However, again, I'm, like, kind of running into the problem that I was suggesting where, like, you know, I don't know if the character maybe just, like, doesn't have enough power in certain places where it's, like, you're kind of banking on your next turn being good, and it's like, well, instead of banking on your next turn being really good, why don't you just play 30 cards in your silent deck where you've played 30 cards and you're just winning the game, right? Like, I don't... And the answer to that question is, I don't know. I'm a dumb blue-white control player. I don't know how... What do you mean win the game this turn? I never have lethal. Like, what... I played Teferi 5 uptick for 7 turns. That's how I win the game. That being said, how the fuck do I kill this thing? Like, this thing is just never gonna die. I should have done it. It should be dead this turn. It's turn 7, guys. It's supposed to be dead. How else would you win the game? Can't. 0 win conditions, Teferi, shuffle my Teferi, exile all your permanents. That is the only way to win the game. Oh, excuse me. $22 damage. My god. 33 damage. Oh. Whoops. Now what? Synchronize. Retrace, synchronize. Retrace Seraphim form? I will say that this run is going significantly better than, like, a greater majority of my other Flagbearer runs. Like, by a pretty decent margin. Which I'm happy about. We aren't taking cards. Why does only first hit apply on the first multi-attack a turn applies bolt? Is this for AoE attacks or for... Oh. Or you're saying for cards like Seraphim Feathers and stuff? Yeah, I'm just confirming your statement. Because I think I know what you're talking about for two reasons. And I think the reality is that I don't know how to code the one. So I don't know how to make it work. I can't make it work for AoEs for Excalibur. Okay. So I think that it should work probably the way that you're thinking. And I think I should fix that. Basically, the only things I would pick in your position here is Blessing or any extend cards for Seraphim form. That is fair. I'm going to add to that I want a Divination. But that's just me. Because I'm seeing that we have a lot of energy and not enough cards to play. So I think I do want a Divination. But I agree with most everything else. It's like I don't think I can take, like, a sidearm. I don't think I can take, like, a, you know... Even Temporal Guard's a little sketchy, maybe. I think Temporal Guard might actually be good, but, like, we don't have, something that draws me cards. I need something that draws me cards, basically, is what I'm looking for. But... And there's, like, a few things I would do that. But I overall agree with you. And yeah, Vert, I should look into this, because... I really wanted this to apply to Seraphic Bolt to... Like, if you play an AoE card, I think it should apply to Seraphic Bolt to all of the things that it does damage to. But the way that it's coded is that when you deal damage, apply Seraphic Bolt, and then it gets used. It's considered used up. Problem with that is that it can't check itself multiple times. But also, if it doesn't have the used up code, then it stops. Maybe if I put the used up after, it would work. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. But I thought that if the only problem was the AoE, then, like, I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, I think for Excalibur it should work. I played Counter Thrust 2 times and didn't get any Aegis. Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. Was I gonna upgrade something? Like Grasp Fate, I think. Did you target the right enemy? Oh, right. It's if the intent is to attack. So maybe that's why? Let me see. Yeah, my guess would be that, like, maybe the thing wasn't attacking. Okay, we're definitely sandbagging Seraphim form. Templating moment. Yeah, I think I worded it similar to spot weakness. Maybe it reads weirdly. What am I doing here? Grabbing inspiration, maybe? And I will probably need, like, a block or something next turn. I probably need a block this turn. Okay. This is why we need card draw. This is why we need it. Why is divination worded like that? I'm not sure how it's worded. It says suspend, draw 2 cards next turn, right? Is it not? Oops, I didn't play this first. I also haven't played Synchronize at all this encounter. The word additional is a bit superfluous. That might be a holdover from Silent. What's that card called? Silent cards. Yeah, I think the precedent for this is on a Silent card. Let me see. Yeah, Predator says next turn deal 15 damage, next turn draw 2 additional cards. So it's suspend, draw 2 additional cards, but maybe because it's suspend, like next turn, comma is basically just keyword suspend, right? So it's like suspend, draw 2 additional cards. Maybe it should just say like suspend, draw 2 cards. Like maybe that makes more sense, but I think I'm gonna go with the templating from Predator. What was I putting in my hand? Was this off Riptime or Retrace? I think it was Riptime. Fuck! Like, momentum swipe. I missed a momentum swipe. Actually have to use this thing. Okay, well now we don't have any things. And I don't think we can kill it. Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking about this so hard. Maybe I could have blocked it if I had, like, one more block card. If I, like, kept one more block card. Maybe. Okay. So yeah, what's the list of things to fix? Templating on whatever. It's like, do I fix it now? I mean, I was only planning on being live for like 2 hours. Maybe I could try another run. Not sure. What do we think? How much needs to be fixed? It's like templating on the duration cards, and then also all the Auramite cards to duration 3, and then I need to fix the code for Auramite to... Auramite does not apply itself or enhance itself in the same way that the other ones do, so I'll need to... There's actually quite a lot to fix. Yeah. So I guess I can't do it right now. Good question, Matax. Also welcome. Hope you've been well. It's probably too much to do the thing. My opinion is on the matter is irrelevant. After 3 defeats, decided to look over the collection. I don't see how Flagbearer 2 is supposed to win. It's a good question. How would other characters win? Yeah, so the ways that I think that Flagbearer wins are by like juggling rally. Like rally inspiration is good for scaling. Seraphic Barrage plus Divine Aura to draw a bunch of cards. Having like chaining suspend turns together. So like Time Fissure is really good at doing that. If you go like, if you set up like Time Fissure, Retrace Time Fissure, you would draw like 2 additional cards, gain 3 additional energy on the next turn. Then you use that turn to like buy back your other cards and then just like play a bunch more stuff. Yeah, Inspiration plus multi-hits, Inspiration plus Aegis and Pulse. Blessing. Seraphim Form plus Duration Extenders is really good. Buying back Sanctuary every turn, I don't know. Holy Essence plus retain cards, which Poi is like, that's ass cheeks, and I'm like, I don't know. I think getting 8 times 5 damage is not terrible. I would say Sacred Ground Infinite, but that was patched. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably not the thing. Rally Inspiration is 4 Inspiration max. Yeah, 1 Inspiration plus 1 Enhanced Rally is, well, Enhanced Rally is 3, right? Yeah. Is it not considered winnable with 4 Flexterity? That seems like a lot. Holy Essence plus Retain cards is awful. Is it? I think Holy Essence is pretty cheeks. See, I want this to be good. But, like, how good does it need to be? Because, so here's my argument for Holy Essence. Holy Essence. So Juggernaut is a really good card. Where is it? This is a really good card. Like, you can kill bosses off of 1 Juggernaut. So if Juggernaut does 7 set damage for, like, existing, and it's, like, pretty good to go block, 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 like 3 blocks, and deal 21 damage, then why isn't it good to not even need to play any cards? Like, you just have the cards in your hand. Right? Juggernaut is a mediocre card, IMO, but sure. Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm not good at using Juggernaut, but I've been told this card is good. Like, I think there are certainly, like, there's, like, feel no pain synergies with Juggernaut, but, like, yeah. One of the issues is that you can at most trigger 5 of it per turn before you start losing value. And that's in the very rare case where you get a lot of triggers. Juggernaut is good only because of Second Wind and Feel No Pain. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if maybe, like, this card is just, like, cuttable, but I want it to have a fading or retain payoff. So does it have to do, like, 10 damage? Like 10, 15 or something? Like, what is a fair amount of damage for it to do? I guess the idea is that, like, it doesn't have a way to, How hard is it to retain compared to gain block? The thing about retain is that, like, you don't play the card, and that's the problem. Is that, like, it's hard to reward a player for not doing something. In the sense that, like, if the effect is too strong and the gameplay is don't do anything, then you end up with Pulse from Flagbearer 1. Where it's like, I'm gonna just not do anything and sit on Pulse. Right? I'd maybe play with the idea of playing baiting cards when it exhausts for free. What if this said whenever a card is retained, whenever a card with retain is played, or whenever it is retained? So what you could do is you could retain it for a turn and then play it. But I guess then you could have just retained it for 2 turns. So a situation of trying not to create a card that decides for you if you're gonna play it or not then. Yeah, that's like a big thing. Is like, you know, making... I certainly don't want to make cards that are autoplay. Yeah, like you're supposed to have a chaser maker for this card. It's sadistic nature for 2 and even worse. What do you mean? This costs 1, right? Does sadistic nature cost 2? Like, because the thing is, like, retain, right? The way that I see the retain cards, both, like, prayers answered and the chasers. So is sadistic 0? For realsies? Oh my god, it is 0. Yeah, there we go. Well, clearly I should just make it cost 0. So... yeah, it's like I want to have a payoff for retain. And retain is like drawing cards, right? Like if you put a prayers answered in your hand, you've drawn a card. Over, like you have 1 more material in your hand than you had last turn. And then if you retain it, then, and like played it at a more optimal time, that's also like drawing a card. So I'm assuming retain doesn't need a card draw payoff unless you pick Moments Past, and the point of your chaser is to draw like 70 cards. Okay, now we're just being mean. Holy Essence also has that issue of sucking early game when you don't have the build for it, but you don't want to take it when you don't have the build for it, and you're not going to build for it. I think I disagree with that because Blade Work is a pickable card. You just, like, pick Blade Work because the card is fine, right? You can also pick Hopeful Plea because the card is fine. I think you can also pick Light Beam because the card is fine. Things that I wouldn't pick are maybe... like Moat Portal is kind of hard. Blade Work is not the build around for Retain. Same for Plea. What do you mean? Why not? They make Retain cards. And then you can retrace them to your hand and make more Retain cards. And then you have an infinite loop of Retain cards. So, anyways, the point that I was trying to get at was that, like, Retain already gives you card draw. So, like, what do they need? I don't want to give Retain gain block, because that doesn't... like, that lends itself to sitting there and doing nothing. Right? We want to convert retaining cards into ending the game. So, how do we do that? Spending that much to get a grand payoff of 10 damage is bad. As in, don't retrace them? Well, you're expected to retrace them. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that Holy Essence need to be a better payoff. But I'm saying, like I'm talking about all the reasons of how it's supposed to work. So the machine here is that, yes, the expectation is that you Blade Work, retrace Blade Work. That is the combo. I'm expecting you to do that. If we are in the situation where we go Blade Work, retrace Blade Work, we have 4 things that tick down twice, which means we have 8 triggers, right? So how do we make 8 triggers good enough? Whenever a card is retained, exhausted, and deal 12 damage to all enemies. That's kind of neat. It just, like, clears it out of your hand. Yeah, I think it's a matter of making it deal enough damage. Honestly. Are there examples of pre-existing cards with retain as a trigger? Yes. So, Watcher has retain cards. They aren't very good. And part of why I wanted to make retain cards that I felt like were good is because retain is normally not very good. But the ways that Watcher wins with retain is using the retain payoff is establishment. So if you use establishment to reduce the retain cost of... Where's the card? It's not Sands of Time. Where's the other one? It's like Wheel Spin. Windmill Strike. So if you make Windmill Strike cost 0, it's pretty good. Because you can, like, Windmill Strike something for, like, 40 and then meditate it. And then, like, you have a 0-cost Windmill Strike every turn. Bladework Retrace Bladework is 2 chasers, and over 2 turns you get 20 damage, split among groups of 5. Establishment is also bad, by the way. I disagree with that. There are ways to win with Establishment. It's like Establishment plus Windmill Strike. I literally just said what the synergy was. People pick that. It's not great, but it's there. Be one thing if Divine Flash still made chasers, so you had block while dealing damage with Holy Essence, but that's not an option anymore. So you have Hopeful Plea for block that synergizes, which you still need the payoff, which you need since the payoff is damage. But then you often need to... You need to play... Oftentimes you need to play Prayer's Answer. Yeah, what if it was like... I mean, I don't know. It's like, I kind of want it to trigger on, like, whenever a card with Retain is exhausted, but that's kind of weird, too. There are ways to win with Establishment, but winning with an Empty Fist is much easier. I agree with that, but, like... Listen, partially my goal with this mod, and also, like, part of why I'm still interested in Slay the Spire as a game, is that, like, you're not doing the same shit every time. There are concepts, and you are presented pick 3. So if you're like, wait, hold on a second, what I could be doing is doing this, and then you pick it and it goes well, it's like not bad. Right? Point is, since the payoff is damage, you need block from another source, and so few of the synergistic cards give block. I agree with that. Yeah, it's like, chasers aren't card draw, give defense. So, maybe it should give block, but I don't know about that. If fading... Well, the thing is, like, fading cards are... Because this is the other problem, is that, like, I wanted Excalibur and Light Beam to be good with Holy Essence, because it's a card that you can just leave in your hand and it does 5 damage every turn. So if you need to leave Excalibur in your hand for 7 turns, that's like 7 times 5. That's not a lot of damage. It's like, what, 35? It's not super big. It's like whenever... I also didn't... Yeah, it's like I wanted these cards, or Holy Essence, to overlap with those 2 cards. I also wanted it to overlap with Retrace, because it does. Counteroffer, if you're playing to win, you almost never pick pressure points, or alpha, or establishment. Same, you also never pick the ground. I'm saying that, like, you're grouping the cards pressure point, alpha, and establishment into the same group. And I disagree on the premise that establishment is as bad as pressure points or alpha. Like, yeah. I think establishment, Windmill Strike plus Meditate is, like, not unreasonable. But you always pick the Claw. I understand that this is a meme, but, like, the thing about Claw, it's the same problem, right? Is that it's like, guys, we're gonna Claw, and then the Claw is law, and it's like, guys, Claw only works at, like, Ascension 4. It's like, motherfucker, people pick Claw at Ascension 20! It is a zero-cost card that does damage and scales by itself. So if you have made a hologram engine, you can pick Claw. Like, if you have a rebound hologram engine, you can pick Claw as your sole damage source. Because you didn't get any other scaling. If you only play the games where you get the powers that give you focus, you will fucking lose on defect. You can pick Claw! All cards should be pickable! So anyways. Yeah. I do want to make this card better. I just don't know how. And I want it to be a retained payoff. I wonder if it should be block, because I think Poi is correct in suggesting that chasers give you damage. And the things that give you quantity is normally in chasers. So, like, I do want Retrace Blade Work to be the thing to do. It's like, I'm going to fill my hand with, like, 10 chasers and then do a shit ton of damage to you. So for a player who has, like, done that, you know, like, I don't know. Have you heard of exiting out of common instead of establishment? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, sorry. The other synergy was establishment meditate in general, because you can reduce the cost of any card with meditate. And then you're effectively giving yourself, like, 1 or 0 cost cards, which is really good. Another thing is that it's an end-of-turn random damage effect, so it feels terrible to rely on for damage against groups, so I think making it an AoE is a good idea. I think that's fair. Flores had this conversation too many times. Which one? Yeah, I think making it AoE is a good idea. Yeah, like, what is a fair amount of damage that a rare power is supposed to produce? Gives you damage, 2 damage at a time? But why are you being so sassy today, Vert? I don't understand. We're trying to make the card better, not for you to be a dickhead. We can change whatever we want on this card, man. We can make it say, you want to know what's a really good way to win the game? Make this say do 999 damage up your ass. Like, yeah. We can do that. We're trying to make a balanced card here, so we need to... Our use case is 2 chasers, or 4 chasers. Four chasers, maybe a signal for aid. So if... Yeah, because if you've done... If you have 4 chasers plus signal for aid, that's 7. So 7, then what? Maybe make it give temp strength for each retain card. I'm not suggesting that it needs to synergize with chasers. I'm saying that the easiest way to make a quantity of retain cards is chasers. Yeah, if you retained 4 cards and then you got 4 temp strength at the start of your turn, that seems kind of good. Yeah, the problem with non-scaling damage is that it's, like, usually kind of bad. Yeah, also, I don't know if it's, like, required for me to specify, but I'm obviously talking about Blade Work Plus. I keep saying Blade Work, but it's like, yeah, I'm assuming if you're making a retain deck, then you're upgrading this card. I'm assuming you can afford 1 upgrade for your engine card. Yeah. So, like, what, 24 AoE? So, the damage it would do is, again, 8 procs times 12 is like 100 or something. it would be 80 plus 2. God. Why is this difficult? 80 plus 2 times something. 2 times 8, 16. 96. Is that fair? 72. 72 base. 8 times 12, right? 72. Put it in my calculator. No, it's 96. What? Why would it be 72? What? I'm getting gaslit. 8 times 12 is 96. I thought max hand size was 10. Am I stupid? No, if Holy Essence deals 12 AoE damage for retaining a card. So, like... Right? And then you go... Yeah, my example was... 2 Chaser plus Call for Aid. For each attack retained, gain 2 temp strength. For each skill, 2 dex. For each power, extend 1. Or gain 1 inspiration. Yeah, it's like, I like the idea that it you know, does stuff or whatever. That, like, maybe it converts into temporary stuff. That, honestly, that might not be bad. I think it should just give inspiration. Just for each card retained, gain 1 temporary inspiration. That's, like, not bad, right? What would its upgrade be? Because I would want it to cost 1. I think it costing 1 is fine. Does it upgrade to innate? That doesn't seem right. You know what? Maybe... Because I think Poi suggested this earlier. Maybe Temporal Guard should just be Equilibrium. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're all temp for sure. Yeah, like temp... I think temp inspiration is correct. Yeah, just make Temporal Guard actually Equilibrium so that you can retain 8 cards and then just, like, go to the fucking moon immediately with Holy Essence. Yeah. Be really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna try something. Because I think I have time for this. I'm gonna close Slay the Spire for 2 seconds. So that I can edit it. Oh my god, it doesn't hide it on the vertical? God, kill me. Do I have to link the sources? Is that how that works? I don't know. Anyways. Thank you for your suggestions. I do think temporary inspiration is going to be very interesting. Where did I even the energy potions? There we go. You're not retaining 10 chasers. That's a terrible idea unless you're immediately killing the enemy. Let it make 2 in any combo of chasers. Prayers answered. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, I think, and you can reiterate that. I'm not sure what you mean. You're back. Okay, I'm back. Is Flower meditating? No. So I closed the thing so that I could work on a card. Oh, because I'm gonna have to do whatever. Do you think Flower is a honk shoe kind of guy or a honk me me me? I think I'm a honk shoe asleep on that thing. Okay. I actually really like this idea. I'm excited about it. Because the interesting thing is that like the thing about characters in Slay the Spire is normally they have a way to go like super over the top. So it's like once you hit a critical mass of focus and frost orbs on defect, you can just never die, right? And the thing about a lot of the cards on Flagbearer 2 is that like they have duration. So it's like you need to keep juggling these balls instead of like just like committing to powers and winning the game. Even the best powers in the game are like duration, right? So Seraphim form is duration. So, I'm expecting you to like Seraphim form plus extenders to like win, and it's like, okay, well, if I've turned the corner and theoretically have gone over the top already, then why am I still juggling balls? You know what I mean? And I thought that was a problem with the concept of duration in general, but I think that this is an interesting way to be like, okay, we have now like we're gonna continue recurring our chaser cards, but also like it also triggers off of Retrace, it also triggers off of Light Beam and Excalibur. And then if you Excalibur plus like 4 chasers, you get 5 temporary inspiration, and then Excalibur does like 7 hits. Like I think that works. Like that's a good way to go over the top, right? So oops. This magic number should be 1. Sorry, I don't know what the upgrade was, by the way. I don't remember. Should upgrade be 1-0? I don't think making the power cost 0 is appropriate. But I think giving you 2 temporary inspiration seems really strong. No? Do you think? Seems like really strong. Seems very powerful. Hmm. Yeah, welcome, Rav. I think we're gonna make it 1-2 for now, and then we'll fix it later. Okay. Holy Essence. Whenever a card is retained, gain magic number. I don't remember if temporary inspiration is keyworded on this version of this thing. Temporary inspiration is keyworded. Gain inspiration, then lose that much inspiration next turn. Holy Essence. Holy Essence power. Holy Essence power. If a card is retained, do you gain B next? Oh my god. Hashtag Y. Temporary. Like Y. Inspiration. Now I have to change like the actual power. Inspiration. Holy body. Holy essence. Realistically, you're only wanting to retain 5 cards per turn, which means 10 temporary inspiration on your best turns when upgraded. That's a lot, but it also requires a bit of setup and won't happen every turn, even in a deck that can facilitate it. I think, yeah, so maybe it's like, okay. Yeah, so for each card with retain, if retain is true, count it, I think. Player hand group, if c.self-retain, retain is equal to true. If retain is true, flash, add new power. I guess it's gain temporary inspiration next turn, right? Technically, like that's the point. I think I worded this incorrectly. Yeah, I agree. Gain temporary inspiration next turn, which means I need to make a power for temporary inspiration next turn, which is funny. Holy body, holy essence. That's correct. The power gives God. Do I not have an inspiration power next turn? I think I made one that was I made something that was vigor next turn. I can probably just borrow the icon, even though it'll look wrong playtesting. But I have to change the text on that so that it works. Powers. Okay. Yeah, theoretically, it would be this icon, inspiration next. That's what I'll call it. This should also be, all right, see you later, boy. This should also be inspiration next. Next. Okay. Inspiration next. You have to make the power that does it. End of turn, this, which gives you inspiration next. Oh, it's like new gain power action. Do the thing. New apply power action. This is why I haven't been able to play my own mod, by the way. This owner, new inscription next power, this owner, Like, this is one card, and I already have half of it done. Mount. Copy this thing. Inspiration next power is inspiration next. So this is coded like a suspend effect. A suspend effect would be Fortress Haste. It's something next. Chaser next, add card next. Those are old. Figure next. Lightning power next. There we go. This one probably works. Okay, at start of turn, do card text. At start of turn, inspiration next. Start of turn, do descriptions. Give this gain blah temporary inspiration next turn. That makes sense. Start of turn, remove this dot. Alrighty. I left the stream just to find you in shorts. Nice. I mean, that's how it goes. Welcome back. We are coding the card, which I know is the most interesting thing in the world, but also, like, literally, yeah, I mean, every time you have to change something, you have to fucking code it. Code the damn thing. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's almost done. And we have to change the text on, like, 3 different things, and we had to make a suspend inspiration power. Inspiration power this amount. Flower and flower is funny in the vertical. Yeah, that's the shebang. That's what it's supposed to be. Inspiration power and inspiration down. We'll take care. This is a lose inspiration power. That's what it is. Lose inspiration power this amount. And then remove this power. I think that works. Inspiration next. That works. This needs a bracket. And I think inspiration next needs card text. Power string inspiration next. It needs its own thing. And Stormite next. I'm gonna steal this one. Inspiration next. Gain B temporary next turn. So the text on that, and then that's in the powers. Have it in the keywords. Next turn, temporary, lose that much. Holy essence. It's not a keyword. Holy essence. Pretty cool. All right. I think we did it. Package that. Then we'll try a run where we force this, and then we'll give ourselves at the first rare reward a Holy Essence instead of whatever else we were gonna get. So we'll give ourselves a Blade Work, which will upgrade, in a Holy Essence, and then everything else is kind of like whatever. See how it goes. Yeah, it should be back soon. There we go. Okay. Alright, very cool. So we are going to force this archetype, and we're gonna see how it goes. And we're gonna also just double check that all the cards are correct. Whenever cards chain, gain 1 temporary inspiration. The tooltip is there. Gain inspiration, then lose that much inspiration next turn. Cards chain, gain 1 temporary. That should say gain 1 temporary inspiration next turn. Okay. Change that right now. Strings. 1 temporary inspiration next. Whenever a card is retained. Okay. Oops. Try it again. I don't know if Curse was worth it, but we did it. Yeah, so this one we'll give ourselves a chaser. Great work. Didn't play the blade. It doesn't matter. It almost did. Pick up Woobly. Also retain card. Upgrade this. Then my first rare reward is going to be the other card. Pass on those. Ooh. We might just die. Maybe we rest. Probably respect Knob, you know? I guess we can take Light Beam in the same vein of, like, everything else that we're doing, right? We'll play it extra safe. Even though I maybe didn't need to do that. Pocket Watch is actually maybe not the best idea with this deck. Oh, God. Draw command? Hey, Signal for Aid. That is another chaser card. Sure. Let's upgrade it. Still haven't gotten a rare card, which kind of sucks. Too many chasers. Is it too many, though? That was only 27 damage. That's really funny. Yeah, I guess the problem with this card, now that I'm thinking about it, is that if you have, like, 5 chasers, then you don't actually draw more cards. Which is really funny. We're gonna pick it, but I think it might be bad. Also, where the hell is my rare card? Did you check your other breastplate? What do you mean by that? Did you want to check my breastplate for me? Or might have been in a place that I couldn't find. Oh, we could also just get the card. we don't even have to cheat it into our hand. We can just get it. That's so funny that we're gonna die in this combat immediately. We just like literally die immediately. And I'm gonna do what's known as a pro gamer move. Check this out. Run can't die yet. We are testing things. We're gonna assume that we didn't get destroyed by four idiots. Okay. Oh, that should probably be different. I'm gonna change that right now before I forget. Moments best. First time a card or when a card's fading is reduced, draw blah cards. It's gonna say 1 cards, that's fine. Or whatever. That is okay. Okay, we do take about 1,000,000 damage here, so... Why does it only apply 1? It should be for each. Right? Yeah, it definitely only applied 1. Okay. Let's fix it. Why did it only apply 1? It says this amount, but it should also be for each. Oh, because it does the... Oh, I understand. Because I coded this differently. It called an action that did the thing. It's like, if a card is retaining, then call the action to do the thing. For card, retain is equal to true. I should have a count variable here. Int count 0. Count plus. Retain is true. Flash, then for each... Like, for int is below count, whatever. Okay, for... int equals 0... Something like this. Never remember how to write these dang things. Yeah. It's int I equals 0. That's what I was missing. For int I equals 0, I is less than count. I is less than count. I plus plus. Right. Less than the number we're targeting. Flash, and then add the thing. Add this amount, which would be 1, 2, or... Okay. Do need to hide the screen again, because it, because Slay the Spire doesn't, like, correctly load itself when you, relaunch it. It, like, shows the compiler screen or whatever the heck. The thing that it launches in the background. Instead of the game. It's gonna come back. So the Spire, would you like to show up on the screen? There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Sure, why don't we upgrade this thing? So we could also just do that. Why do we have... Why are these hitting for 13? We have one from this. Inspiration. Chaser next. Fading. Holy Essence. Why is this at 13? Should be 6 plus 1. 7. Okay, this is correct. This has start of turn. Is it on this? That's start of turn. Oh, because we have strike dummy. It's because we have strike dummy. Okay. I was confused for a second. Yeah, this is plus 3. I mean, I think that's still not right. 9 plus 1 should be 10. We have plus 3. What do we have plus 3? That would make me believe that Chaser Next is somehow giving damage. Do we have temporary something anywhere? Okay, well, I don't know how we did that, but 10 temporary inspiration. My god. I mean, we're gonna die if we attack it, but also it's kind of sick. This is deal 19. Is that accurate? It's supposed to be 5. Why is it plus 4? Why do I randomly have plus 4? I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe it's just bugged this fight for some reason. We'll roll with it. Okay, well that did about 7,322,000,000 damage, but also it had an upgraded rare card and we were dedicated to doing the thing that we were doing, so maybe that's fine. Now here we get 4, so these all do 6 plus. Oh, it's a strike plus, that's why. True. True. I mean, we gained 10 temporary inspiration, and that was fucking sick. That was kind of cool. We did like 200 damage or something of the boss immediately. That was crazy. Is that fair? It's probably fair, right? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we also got Signal for Aid. I was gonna cheat the card into my hand, the rare power, and then I just like ended up having it natty, and I was like, that's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. So now here we're gonna get 3. We did take a bunch of damage though. We are not... Oh, we are. We're enhanced. Enhanced mode right now. We get 2 here. gonna not pick any cards. Yeah, I also noticed that hard to draw cards with Moments Past because you kind of like, if you have 5 chasers in hand, then you don't really draw any cards, you know what I mean? I didn't consider that you can keep cards that will fade out to gain the retain trigger and draw the full 5 cards. Yes, that also works. They were initially only supposed to trigger on, like, on exhaust. So the point was that it was supposed to refund you, but for not playing it. But then I realized that, like, people probably want to play their cards. So, like, probably need to just let them play their cards. We are currently dying, so thank you for the hearts, whoever sent that. I don't know who sent that. Yeah, I have reactions turned on for the... Oh, I'm just dead. I mean, like, it did what it was supposed to do, and it was pretty sweet. So, like, hey, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. It seems kind of fine, honestly. Now I just need to make an icon for the thing, because the current icon is Vigor Next, but... A bit awkward with the new temporary inspiration design for chasers, but it's probably fine that occasionally you'll get 7 triggers when cards fade out. I think that that's fine. Because if you just allow them to go away and you get 7 triggers, like, you still have 7 temporary inspiration for whatever else you wanted to do that turn. Seems really strong, honestly. But that's fine, because it's a rare. It's supposed to be strong, right? I wonder if, like, it not being 2 is fine. Well, upgrading it is fine. I don't know. I think upgrading a rare power is... Well, I guess... The problem is that it goes from 1 to 2. It's like, well, doubling the amount of triggers you get is, like, insane. But yeah, again, it's like a... I do think that the character is very, like, you know, get some balls and start juggling them, and then theoretically you should juggle balls that, like, win you the game. So, like, juggling Auramite and then getting Seraphic Bolt triggers and drawing cards and whatever is, like, supposed to be good. So, I don't know. Rather than if you have this card, it's your entire strategy type card. I agree, but, however, I wanted Barrel's mechanic to be in this character. We never even talked about what uncommon card we want to add, by the way. We're still at 74 cards. So, like, we can still add another card to this. All of this stuff. I know I made one card, which was, this is supposed to be, Suspend Fading card. It does 2 things. So we have that, but now there'll be whatever. Maybe it'll still end in that zone, but I don't know. I think that Bladework is a good card. I've been saying this since Flagbearer 1. I mean, Bladework was definitely a different card in Flagbearer 1, but, like, I think Bladework is a good card. It's like it's a decent damage card that lets you line up with Aura, like, Enhanced Auramite. I think probably Seraphic Bolt should go back down to 3. Yeah. The fact that it aids in defense now, but not automatically, is the big game changer, honestly. I think I agree. Because it gives you temporary inspiration, which means you can, like, play a defend and still, like, not die. which I think is a good thing. Like, I do feel like I've just been, like, dying on the character, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I kind of wonder about Dimension Walker. I have picked this, and it's been, like, decent. The thing is, like, Feel No Pain is, like, good. You know what I mean? But it's good usually when you exhaust several cards. But also, as soon as you have 2 Dimension Walkers, like, 1 Retrace is, like, 12 block, which is, like, a lot of block. I don't know. Sort of problem we ran into last time. Like, I don't know if it should be 4-5 or 3-5 or something. I wasn't exactly happy with my choice. I think there's more suspend cards now that make it, like, decent. Also, I think the stipulation is that if you're playing a suspend card, like, the thoughts in my head for this character, which are also, like, different from how people play it, right? Which maybe it's like I just need to actually see other people play the character, but it's like, if, let's say, Divine Flash is, like, your card that you're playing. So, like, you're supposed to pick a card that you want to be recycling, and then sometimes that card changes. If there's multiple cards you want to play, like, let's say there's a Dredge or whatever in your deck, there are multiple cards you want to play multiple times. So you go like, alright, I'm going to play Divine Flash, then retrace it, then play Divine Flash. That's, like, 9 block, which is a lot more than 0 block. Should it be 15 block? Right? If it's like 5? Because this has suspend. And if the card you're duplicating is a suspend card, then you have 3 triggers. Like, that's the expected use case. So, is making 9 block fair? Because I think on Ironclad, it's like, you can just let, like, an ethereal card exhaust in your hand and then gain 3 block off Feel No Pain. Like, I don't think people are necessarily doing the Fiendfire my entire hand, you know what I mean? But yeah. I don't play that differently from you, and haven't played much recently, so I need to get used to the changes. I mean, maybe. It could be valuable. I don't know if you know how to, if you're able to record stuff. I was gonna say know how to record stuff. It's like, if you feel comfortable recording, like, gameplay, it might be useful. It was more if you played significantly different from me, because it sounds like you disagree with my drafting decisions a lot of the time. So, I'm like, if there's something that I'm missing, then, like, maybe, like, I'm missing something, you know what I mean? This card probably needs to change. I don't know what to change it to, though. Maybe it just doesn't have to exist. It's like giving card draw to the thing. It's like you already have card draw. I don't get it. You gain energy? That doesn't make sense. Draw cards, deal damage. Gain block. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this card just isn't good. Maybe, what if you got temporary inspiration? I usually only say anything about your choices when I disagree, and most of the time I don't say anything about them. That's fair. It's like the stacks effect, where, like, when you play an opposition agent, you don't know how many tutors you've stopped because they don't say anything. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And I think most of the time when you do say something different, it's, like, fairly reasonable. So I'm like, that's fair. I really wish we got a divination on that first run. It would have been pretty sweet. But yeah, I feel like Moments Past needs to be something else. I just don't know what. Again, it's like the fading stuff, right? It's like, how do we make fading, like, okay? Because I genuinely feel like the duration stuff is really sick, and I like it a lot. I really like the gameplay of, like, refreshing the duration on Pulse and then, like scaling your... Like, could you think of, like, having, so what you do is you, like, have an enhanced Sacred Ground, and then you get, like, 10 temporary inspiration on your thing, and you go to end step, like, bang, 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 and do, like, fucking 50 damage. It's insane. That seems like it'd be really cool. So I feel like the duration stuff is good. I feel like if Seraphic Bolt goes back down to 3, it's fine. So I'm a huge fan of Aegis, specifically Awesome Status. Yeah, I really like Aegis a lot. Like, I think it's really good, but also I think that that's fine. Because I was like, I want it to be like Frost Orbs, but not like too broken. You know what I mean? Because Defect has like a whole game plan to make Frost Orbs broken, and then eventually you make 60 block and it's really good. Which is probably too strong. But it's like, I want to be doing other things, but also Aegis still gives you like potentially 10 or 12 block, which is insane. So it's good. It's good. I like it a lot. Yeah, like and it's unfortunate because I just want to like post the damn thing, you know what I mean? Like I wish I could just like post it and be like, here it is, go play it. But I feel like there's just like some of it's not quite there yet, and I want to change the cards because it's not quite there yet. Like this card definitely isn't quite there yet. I like this card. It's not very good, but it's neat. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Reinforced Banner I also think is neat, but not quite there yet. So lots of stuff to think about. I think that's going to be it for today. It was fun though. Having a lot of fun playing it. It's just I think you know, I think Vert was correct in a number of observations that, like, you know, it's pretty hard to like win. And I've definitely been feeling that, where like I'll do a lot of stuff that I feel like is good. Like I'll resolve an inspiration, I'll juggle a rally, I'll juggle like rally Aegis with like a maintain ley line, and I'm like, this is really good. Like I'm gaining a lot of block, I have 2 inspiration, like, or 4 inspiration, 5, whatever. 6 if you include Oromite. It's like I'm doing the stuff, I have like a good attack card, and for some reason it doesn't really win. So it might be a numbers thing, it might be like a big payoff thing. I do think that, again, like base game characters really have a way to go over the top. Like Poison Catalyst plus the skill doubler, whatever, Burst Catalyst, is like a very clear way on Silent that you're like, okay, here's a billion damage now, right? Ironclad playing double strength a few times is like, okay, here's a billion damage. Like Capacitor plus Focus is like, here's a billion damage. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I found Flagbearer 2 to be easier to win with than Defect, but I also suck at playing Defect, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Defect is, I think Defect, as I said before the stream, is like maybe just not that strong. Like in general, it's not that strong of a character, but also that, you know, I think it's winnable. I know the ways to win with Defect. I really like this card. It's Rainbow, but on Flagbearer. And, I don't know. Enhance is gonna be weird templating on this. I have to go in the middle. Yeah, I'll have to think of something for that. But yeah, it's like gives you the 2 main buffs and also spends the thing. I feel like there's supposed to be something behind, because I feel like I've done it before too, even on Flagbearer 1, where it's like, okay, Divination plus what's it called? Divination plus Reveal Leyline. If you just play Both of those, is it bugged? No, it's not bugged. It's just enhance and exhaust have the same, they look the same. they change places. It just looks weird. But I feel like when you get into the scaling zone of like produce 5 energy every turn via suspend, and then you just like do all of those every single turn, it feels very strong. But I guess getting to that point is very difficult, and realistically being able to do it every single turn is quite difficult as well. So maybe that's not necessarily correct as well. I wonder if Moments Past is like... Why is Enhanced green though? It's not like that. It's added onto the upgrade. Oh, I don't actually know. So I don't... If you write upgrade text, it does this for a number of things, just for the record. But when you write upgrade text, like I didn't add anything to enhance. I just removed exhaust from the upgrade description, so it just does that. I don't know what to... Like, I don't know, man. I implemented it the way that it is supposed to be implemented. Like, that's not even like a programming thing. It was literally writing text. Like, so I don't know. I wonder, what if Moments Past is, if you, whenever you trigger a suspend effect, draw a card. Maybe that'd be good. So, like, your retrace gain energy draws you a card. That seems like it'd be pretty strong. Retrace already draws you a card, but you can, like, Divine Flash and then draw a card next turn. Because I can add to all of the suspend powers that when they're removed, if you have this, draw a card. I think I want to try that. So Hourglass but immediate? Yes, but Hourglass is different now. Because Hourglass is, I changed Hourglass a while ago. But it's rare, so, like, we never see it. Where is it? It's boss, rare. Hourglass is you gain block next turn. Like, we've seen how powerful Hourglass is, right? But it's fun, right? Remember all the runs where we had Hourglass, we still kind of lost, but we drew like 10 cards every turn? That shit was sick. That shit was so fun. So we'd have 2 card draw powers on 2 different things. Which is probably okay. You can, like, hard index into Seraphic Bolt if you wanted to. I think we both agree and understand that it's, like, not actually that strong, but that's fine. Maybe this doesn't have to cost 2 then, I don't know. Don't think I ever saw it on my climb, or at least I didn't see it anywhere but a shop, in which case I didn't buy it. Yeah, exactly. It's because it's a rare, and rare relics are, like, really, really rare. And they're supposed to be quite good. Like, Bandages is a rare, I think? Or is it the shop relic? I don't know. Where's Bandages? Yeah, Bandages is. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. Which, honestly, that means that this is, like, even worse than this already. This should maybe say 3 or 4. Maybe you should say 6 or 7, I don't know. This can probably be buffed. It's unfortunate because we've never gotten it, so we can't even test it. But, like, my reasoning for why all the suspense stuff is, like, slightly worse than the other cards is that, like, my assumption is that A, there's a suspend card in the deck that's very good, and B, that there are quantitatively a lot of suspend cards now, because I made more of them. So... yeah, I don't know. I guess now that I think about it, it would trigger at the same time that Hourglass does. Like, this thing would trigger at the same time Hourglass does. Because the idea is whenever you... what would the wording be for it? Whenever a suspend effect is activated, I think, would be the right term. Whenever a suspend effect is activated, draw a card. It could go infinite with parallel universe. That's really funny. That's fine, probably. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, this is giving me a lot to think about. Hopefully it's understandable why I haven't, like, released it in an official capacity. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. If you're still here, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support as always. And I will see you all next time. Alright, bye-bye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.